People remember the first day they noticed me, not because I did anything special, but because I didn't fit. I walked into Eastwood Ridge High like someone who'd already learned not to expect kindness. Shoulders tight, eyes low steps, measured. I looked like a problem before I ever opened my mouth. And yeah, the nicknames came fast. Tank, Gorilla, Farm Girl. Someone once asked out loud if I was even a real girl. That one stuck longer than I like to admit. My name back then was Riley Carter. At least that's what my report card said. Nobody used it. I was the girl with arms too big for the uniform hands rough from work. Nobody my age was supposed to do. My sleeves were always stretched tight, my shoes always worn down, my backpack held together with stitches and hope. Other girls talked about lip gloss and weekend plans. I counted hours chores and how to get through the day without snapping. People assumed I lifted weights for fun. Truth was, my mom got sick when I was 12 and my dad disappeared not long after. Rent didn't care about my age, neither did hunger, so I worked. Warehouses, farms, night shifts. My body changed because it had to, but at school, all anyone saw was the muscle. They never saw the reason. The jokes were constant. In the hallway, someone would flex at me and laugh. In class, boys whispered like I couldn't hear them. If she punches you once you're done. Teachers heard it and pretended they didn't. That silence hurt almost more than the words. You start believing that if nobody stops it, maybe you deserve it. I sat in the back always, near the window. Easy exit, easy to disappear, or at least I tried. One morning, a guy named Travis stuck his foot out and kicked my bag as I walked past. Books everywhere. Laughter. He held his hands up like it was an accident. "Careful, Tank," he said. "Didn't mean to scare you." The teacher sighed, annoyed at me. "Riley, hurry up. We don't have all day." I picked up my books slowly. Didn't say a word. That was my thing. Silence felt safer than fighting because if I fought back, I'd prove them right. Big girl. Violent. Monster. Lunch was worse. I ate alone under a dying oak tree at the edge of campus. Cheap sandwich, warm soda. 3 girls stopped in front of me once blocked the sun just enough to feel intentional. "Why do you sit like that?" one asked. "Trying to look tough?" Another laughed. "She probably thinks she's a guy." They walked away before I could answer. My food didn't taste like anything after that. I used to wonder if things would ever change, or if this was it. Just existing in a place that reminded you every day that you didn't belong. Then Evan noticed me. He wasn't popular. Quiet kid. Thin. Always looked like he was thinking about something else. He sat 2 rows ahead of me in English and never joined in when people laughed. I didn't know his name at first, just that he noticed things. The way my hands shook when teachers yelled. The way I flinched when someone came too close. The way I stayed late every day because going home early didn't make sense. One afternoon, someone threw a crumpled paper ball at the back of my head. Then another. Laughter spread like wildfire. The teacher was writing on the board, clueless or pretending to be. And Evan stood up. "Knock it off." He didn't shout, didn't posture, just said it. Calm, firm. Travis smirked. "You talking to us?" "Yeah," Evan said. "Leave her alone." Someone laughed. "What's she your girlfriend?" Evan didn't laugh. "She didn't do anything to you." The room went quiet just long enough to feel real. The teacher turned around, then confused, and everyone suddenly found their notebooks fascinating. Evan sat back down, heart clearly racing. I didn't look at him, but something inside my chest loosened just a little. After that, he started walking near me between classes. Not too close, not awkward, just there. People noticed. Whispers followed us now. "Why's he with her? Is he not scared?" Evan heard it all and ignored it like background noise. One day, I asked him quietly, "You're not afraid of me?" He looked genuinely confused. Why would I be? I almost laughed. Almost. Things weren't magically better. Bullying doesn't disappear just because one person decides to be decent. But now, there was a buffer. Someone who picked up my books when they fell. Someone who stood in front of me without making it about being a hero. And somehow, that meant everything. What Evan didn't know was that after school I didn't rest. I trained. Not in a gym. in an abandoned lot behind an old factory. Running, lifting scrap metal, punching tires until my hands burned. Not because I wanted to be strong, but because I was terrified of being weak. Terrified that if I ever softened, the world would crush me. Then came the day everything tipped over. Evan got called away during lunch to help a teacher. I stayed behind. That was the mistake. 4 girls cornered me near the locker rooms. Same smiles, same fake curiosity. One grabbed my arm. "Relax," she said. "We just want to talk." They dragged me inside, locked the door, turned on the showers. Cold water flooded the floor. Lights went off. Their laughter echoed through the dark. I've been hurt before. I've been hungry. I've been scared. But that moment alone in the dark, soaked, shaking something, broke. I slid down the wall and hugged my knees, whispering to myself to breathe. I didn't want to be strong anymore. I just wanted it to stop. The bell rang. No one came. Until Evan. He heard the banging. Found a janitor's tool and broke the lock. Wrapped his hoodie around me like I was fragile instead of dangerous. Teachers showed up late. The girls lied. Said I attacked them. The water on the floor told the truth. After that, things changed. People didn't mock me anymore. They avoided me. Fear replaced cruelty, and somehow that felt worse. Then the unthinkable happened. A group of men broke through the back gate one stormy afternoon. One grabbed a freshman girl knife shaking in his hand. Chaos everywhere, screaming. Teachers running. Evan grabbed my arm. "Don't," he said, "please." But my body was already moving. I walked forward, slow, steady. Told the man to let her go. He laughed. Lunged. Everything after that blurred. Disarming him. Breaking a stick in half. Slamming bodies into the dirt. The girl ran free. Sirens screamed in the distance. When it was over, everyone stared at me like I wasn't human. That night, black cars pulled up outside my place. Suits. Quiet voices. They called me Ms. Carter, not Riley. Told me the truth I'd been running from. My family wasn't gone. I wasn't just some poor girl with bad luck. I had a past bigger than this town. The next day, they came to the school. Convoy. Authority. Answers. My secret spilled out in front of everyone. The same people who laughed bowed their heads. I looked at them and said, "You didn't respect me when I was nothing. Don't pretend now." Evan looked at me like the ground had shifted. "You were hiding all this." "I was hiding fear," I told him. I left that day. No goodbye that felt big enough. People tell my story now like it's about power, money, status. Like that's the twist that mattered. But the real story isn't that I turned out to be more than they thought. It's that I was always enough, even when nobody believed it. So let me ask you something. If you were there, would you have laughed? Or would you have stood up? Drop your thoughts below. I really want to know.